Welcome to the 2023 Bird Burger Awards. I'm your host, Jeremy Knipe, and this is going to be an exciting day. We had an incredible turnout for the competition and received more than double the amount of submissions from last year, with 656 this year. Let me know what country you're from in the chat once again, as we got submissions from all around the world, and it's incredible to see all these cultures and communities coming together. All this to say that the competition was high and the stakes were even higher, and you guys truly blew us out of the water. Before we get started, I'd like to take a moment to thank the sponsors of the competition. Hunts Photo and Video is a friendly camera shop that has all the gear you need to move forward in your wildlife photography career. I've gotten to work closely with the owner, Gary Farber, and he has always been a huge help in getting me equipment that I need and genuinely a person very interested in helping photographers get the correct gear for them. Titanium Micro produces some amazing high-quality computer tech and hardware. For the past 3 years now, I've been using their external hard drives, and I've never owned any as fast and reliable as theirs. On the go, I take their Titanium Mercury hard drive with me as it's tiny, portable, hardy, and transfers about 100 gigabytes of data in 8 minutes when I've tested it. TOPAZ has been a staple partner of mine for a while now. I've had many images enhanced by their quality editing software, and even some lost images completely saved by their newest photo AI. While this software really saves people with low budgets that can't afford the best quality gear, even those with high-end gear, it can greatly enhance the quality of their image. VSGO has been a new partner that got me interested with their newest camera backpack design they released. This camera backpack is by far the coolest I've owned, but it's also incredibly convenient, with having probably the most useful pocket layout and design I've ever used. Perfect for a single day outing, I love this backpack for my gear. Lastly, DECOUVIR is a new company I've been working with to achieve some great sights out in the field. I recently got to use their telescope in Yellowstone to spot some animals way out in the distance closer than ever. And for this competition, they are actually giving away 3 unreleased spotting scopes. So make sure to check those out in the description below, and the winners of those prizes will be amongst the first in the world to get their hands on these scopes, and I'm excited to see what they are able to do with them. Most of these companies are offering amazing deals that are available in the description below. Hunts is offering deals on a few of the camera gear products they sell. Titanium Micro is offering $10 discounts off their external hard drives that are prizes in this event. And VSGO is giving a 10% off discount on their camera backpack that is a prize in this event as well. And DECOUVIR is offering a 10% discount to anyone who subscribes to their email list. So make sure to check out all those links below if you're interested in purchasing. I'd also like to give a huge shout out at this moment to Klaus Tomasini, who last year was so moved by this event that he actually decided to become a donor this year. It was a really cool story to be approached by him and hear what he thought of this event and how he believed it to be an important community event for wildlife photographers. He did not ask for donor recognition, but I wanted to give it to him anyways as a thank you. I believe Klaus is watching the event today as well, so please everyone in the chat show him our appreciation by saying thank you in there. So not only did we have an amazing lineup of sponsors, but I couldn't be more excited than to announce to you guys the judges we have for the 2023 Bird Burger Photo Awards. All of the judges are wildlife photography creators that are not only amazing content creators, but also great guys that I've gotten to know personally recently. So without further ado, let's introduce our judges. So to start off, we have Tron Westby. Tron Westby is one of the OG wildlife photography YouTubers and an inspiration to many. His adventures out in nature inspire and encourage others to adventure too. Next, we have Scott Walker. Known for his YouTube channel of Walks on the Wild Side, Scott is a fantastic teacher and is one of the best to learn from online when it comes to wildlife photography. Now, we have Andrew McDonald. Andrew McDonald is best known for his vlogs out in the wild and in his amazing adventures in the heart of Africa. His incredible artistic vision and excitement is something that many wildlife photographers find themselves connecting to. Next, we have Terji Kolas. Terji is an incredibly talented, award-winning photographer from many of the other biggest wildlife photography competitions around, including the likes of Beepotty. And lastly, we have Sean Mead. Sean is a wildlife photographer known for his adventures out in nature on YouTube, in which he brings us along to participate in and follow along with him in person. To introduce myself, my name is Jeremy Knipe, and I'm honored to be the host of the Bird Burger Photo Competition. My passion more than anything is to inspire others to appreciate nature and this beautiful art form, and create wildlife photography community through events like this that connect us to one another and encourage us to become the best versions of ourselves in art and in life. If you aren't already, I'd highly recommend going to subscribe to each of these wildlife photographers' YouTube channels and Instagrams so that you can find more great content. Links are in the description below. We're going to get to the judging in 1 second, but before we get there, I wanted to fill you guys in on 4 exciting things we have going on for you guys today during the live competition. Firstly, to state the obvious, we will be giving away a $1,000 grand prize to the winner today of the 2023 Bird Burger Photo Competition, as well as giving away $500 first place prizes and tons more in sponsored items. Secondly, this year's event went really well and was good enough to warrant us bringing on and funding a new category for next year's competition. So halfway through today's competition, you all will be doing a live vote here during the event in which category you guys would like to see added on next year. We have 3 potential options up for decision, so stick around to see what those are. Thirdly, just launched today is my new Lightroom Beginner to Advanced Editing course. It's a 3-part series that will walk you through editing theory and implementation and will take you from the most fundamental understandings of Adobe Lightroom to advanced techniques. But the reason why I'm bringing it up here in the live is that I will actually be giving it away as to the top 3 placements in the new photographers category, even though it wasn't initially stated as part of the prize pool, and I just wanted to add it on. I felt like it was just right to release this first course in celebration with my favorite event I host each year and give it away to the people who would most likely benefit from it the most. So all the new photographer placement prizes have just been upped. And finally, same as last year, we will be doing a popular vote live during the event near the end of the competition in which you all will vote for a winner of. The person who wins this overall popular vote will receive a $100 Hunts Photo and Video gift card, so stay around for that so that you can put in your vote and have a chance to win. Now, before I bring the judges onto the stream, let's get into how the judging is going to work. So, firstly, we will be judging the new photographers category. After that, the 3 main categories, including birdscape, creative, and portrait, will be judged. Next, we will be doing our final round of the popular vote category. And lastly, we will be announcing the 2023 Bird Burger Photographer of the Year and Grand Prize winner. In the main 3 categories, as well as the new photographers category, judges will vote on a scale of 1 to 10 for each image judged according to the criteria they were given. These results will not be shown initially. However, the top 3 in each category will have their overall score announced, along with explanations from the judges of why they chose these scores. If there are any ties, judges will all have a chance to say their thoughts and opinions, and they will reconvene, voting on the one image they think is best, with the majority winning. This continues until no ties are achieved. Now, something important to note is that the judges do not see the same thing as you all are seeing on screen. Their judging screen is anonymous with no names listed to them, and the judges actually cannot see the YouTube live chat either. So any messages you all are sending will not be read by them until after the event is over. So feel free to encourage one another in the chat. In fact, I'd highly recommend you do so. Comment on which photos you like and get engaged with the competition. Now, this is where the really important part comes up for you guys. You all will be determining the winner of the popular vote category and who wins the $100 Hunts Photo and Video gift card. At the end of each category, we will be showing each of the 10 finalists' images with the number assigned to each category and the number that'll be placed up top. So each viewer will receive 1 vote, and the image with the most votes in each category will go on to our final round. If there is a tie, 1 judge will be randomly selected to choose the tiebreaker. After all rounds have been judged, we will take the 4 popular vote category winners and put them up against each other for 1 final vote. And the person here with the most votes wins the popular vote. Okay, you guys, so we are about to start the judging, but lastly, I just want to reiterate one more time just how amazing all of your images were. And my last hope is for this competition to be discouraging. We had hundreds of submissions, and the competition was very tight this year. There were truly so many images that I looked through that I could not believe did not make the finalist cut. The caliber of photographs submitted this year was incredibly high, so my hope for you is that you will find motivation to get even better if your image didn't make it, rather than discouragement. All the judges told me that they had a very difficult time judging and easily could have chosen many more to be fit in with the finalists. With that being said, in 2 weeks, I'll be going live here again on the channel to show off all 656 submissions to the event. I'll be going through each one individually, and if you have any questions about your image and want to hear some feedback, pop in and I will be more than happy to answer it. So let's bring on our judges now. Judges, how are you feeling about today's competition?
Hey Jeremy,
Great.
I'm feeling pretty good about the competition. I'm excited to see who comes out as a winner because, like you say, there was some really good entries into the competition this year. So I'm very keen to see how it all unfolds.
Most definitely. Yeah.
Yeah, it's really, really nice to be here. It's quite an innovative concept, so it's cool to be invited. Thank you.
Yeah. Excited to have you.
Great to be back here a second year, so I cannot wait to see who goes up with the prize. There was so many great pictures, so yeah, it was hard to judge and pick out the best ones. Great job, everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah, and for me, guys, the entries were just phenomenal. They're absolutely amazing. Very inspirational as well for me. Gave me some great motivation to get out in the field and yeah, absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, most definitely. Scott, I think you're muted.
Yeah, really looking forward to it. Yeah, I was muted. Apologies. Yeah, yeah, really looking forward to it. Some fantastic images, and very excited to find out who wins.
Yep, most definitely. Yeah, it should be a great event today. So very, very excited. And just as all the judges said, just an amazing set of images. So we will be starting out once again with the new photographers category. I'm seeing a lot of you guys already are in the chat. Already gotten 100, 200 messages. So excited to have all you guys here again. Some winners or participants, finalists from last year I'm seeing in the chat as well. Super excited to see all you guys. Yeah, we will get started right into it with the new photographers category. So to give a description, new photographers category exists for new wildlife photographers just getting into the hobby. The goal of this category is to demonstrate a shot that showcases the best of your newly learned ability, and it's open only to wildlife photographers that have been doing this for 2 years or less. Fun day. Let's try this really quick. Give me 1 second. Sorry guys, give me 1 second to figure this out. There we go. All right. So we got our new photographers category coming up, and this whole prize category is sponsored by DECOUVIR. So to start out, we have image number 1. So judges, let's move to image number 1. We have this beautiful image of a hummingbird right here, flying and grabbing some sweet treats off of a flower bud. Again, the judges do not see the names here. They're currently putting in the chats on the back end, but they do not see the names associated with any of these photos. This is only for the live that you guys are seeing this. Stunning image here. I love it. I love the moody, kind of the moody take of this. So that's not what you often see with a hummingbird in flight image. Right, so judges have submitted their results for this one. Let's move into the second image. So the second image here, we have an image of what I believe to be some sort of plover. Beautiful shot. I love the ground level. The depth of field here is really nice and isolated. Really good lighting. Beautiful image. I love the chat, guys. I love it. There were a lot of very, very good images this year. I was super impressed. And we're starting off in the new photographers category, and we're already seeing this good of images. So that gives you an idea. Some of you new photographers are incredibly talented, though. I'm just amazed. Let's move on to image number 3. So we got this image of a mallard here, a really nice and close up. A lot of attention to detail with the eye perfectly in focus, and we got a lot of water droplets around it that make it very kind of I don't know the word for it. I was trying to say mystery filled, but there's a word for that. Mysterious. There we go. Beautiful image. Love the attention to detail. Yeah, as I was saying, a lot of you new photographers are just so talented. Definitely, I think pretty much all of these images feel like they were more talented than I was 2 years into my journey. So I'm just wildly impressed. All right, flipping to image number 4. In this image, we have an image of, I believe, some type of sandpiper. Maybe it's a plover. And it's picking what seems to be some sort of sand crab out from the beach. Beautiful isolation here. Really keeps all your attention on the action, which is very, very unique and super cool to see. Pretty amazing. It's a good meal right there for that guy. Probably much needed. All right, image number 5. We have this image of a moose crossing a river. Very interesting take here. Something that is not necessarily always commonly seen out in the wild. So very cool to be able to capture that. During my time in Yellowstone a few months ago, I was trying hard to find some moose, but never found any. Image number 6. Yeah, the beaver lodge was good in the background too. Image number 6, we have this of a hummingbird here. I like the matching between the throat of the hummingbird and the flower color. It's gorgeous there. And good nice color scheme here in this image. Great shot. All right, and moving on to image number 7. So we have this image here of a sparrow singing off of a perch. Very nice and isolated with a little moss ball on the bottom that kind of accents and balances out the composition. I like that a lot. Beautiful shot. And just so you guys know, in the chat, between my screen and what I'm seeing going on in the chat, what you guys are receiving, there's about a 12-second delay. So if I'm late to see your comments, I'm trying to read your comments as much as I can, but if I am late to seeing them, that is because there is that 12-second delay between our ends. So something to be aware of. Beautiful image. Judges are taking a second with this one. There we go. All right, so moving on to image number 8. We have another shot of this time a yellow throat singing in a very similar position to the last one, but singing off a perch, and got some beautiful greenery around it, some beautiful foliage around it. Love this shot. All right, let's move on to image number 9. So we have an image here of a red-winged blackbird singing at either sunrise or sunset, beautifully, perfectly backlit, and got a nice little isolated perch. Some nice bokeh in the background on the skyline. Nick, to answer your question in the chat, there are 10 photos in each category that made it to the finals. That is what we limited it to in our judging process. So each category, there are 10 images. "100%. Everyone who's made it to this round should be very proud of their work." New photographers category, we had approximately 150 submissions, 200, somewhere around there. All right, going to image number 10. Image number 10 is of a mockingbird. Got some very interesting purple in the background, which is something you don't see too often in wildlife photography. And it's nice little stump that it's on. Very cool to see. Yeah, everyone who already made it to this round, very impressive. So, yeah, very exciting to see who made it, and had a lot of great submissions this year. In other categories, we start to see a lot of other types of wildlife, but this category I think was dominated mostly by birds. That was what the high majority of our submissions were. I think besides the moose, I think it was all birds in this category. But yeah. Okay, so once we get a thumbs up on this last image, what we're going to do is go back through the popular. So looks like the judges have all submitted their results. So what we're going to do now is we are actually going to go back through. So while we are tallying up and calculating, plugging them into our spreadsheet in the back, while we're tallying all that up from the judges and their results to get first, second, and third, we will be going back through and picking the popular vote winners. This is where all you guys come into play. You guys are going to decide which image will be the category winner for the new photographers category through your popular vote in the live chat. So what I'm going to do is flip through all the images. So don't submit your results yet. I see some of you guys already wanted to do that. Don't submit them yet. We're going to go back through one more time, each and every one of them. And then at the end, I will give you a thumbs up, and that's when we will do the submissions. And you will submit your vote based on the number in the top right corner. So for example, this first image here, you can see is 1N. So you would write down 1N if this is what you vote for, 2N, 3N, 4N, 5N, so on and so forth. All right, so starting out with this first image. I'm going to give you guys a few seconds on each one. Hold off on submitting those votes. Image number 2. Image number 3. Image number 4. Image number 5. Image number 6. Image number 7. Image number 8. Congratulations to Patrick for getting 2 in the new photographers category. Image number 9. Hold off a little longer, guys, on the voting. You're gonna have to resubmit your vote anyways. And lastly, image number 10. Hold off on the vote. Don't submit yet. I'm going to throw a timer up on screen in 1 second. That's when we'll start our submissions. Okay, so hold off. Saray. Let's write that down. Everyone give me 1 second. What was the scores on those? Okay. All right. So, for the popular vote now, tally up from where the last comment that I see on there is Sam saying sorry, haha. Everything below that is where you'll submit or you'll judge the votes. All right. You got 30 seconds, everyone. Whew, these are a lot of votes. You're going to have a fun day with this. And time is up. Everyone stop submitting your votes in. And while we are tallying this up, it's going to take a second. The hard part about having more people tune into the live now than last year is that we got a lot more work to do on the popular vote parts. Gonna have to hire a whole second person for this next year. Okay, so while we're doing that, we are going to announce our top 3 winners from the judges. So I will let you guys know ahead of time. We're gonna start by announcing third, but we actually got a tie between first place winners, so the judges are going to have to do a tiebreaker, which would be a lot of fun. We had no tiebreakers last year, so I'm really excited to see the tiebreakers this year. So let's start out by announcing our third place winner, however. So this year, coming in third place in the new photographers category and sponsored by DECOUVIR, winning a new spotting scope that has been unreleased, is Leia Lopez with her image of the hummingbird. I love this image. This is such a great, nice, and moody image and a very impressive shot. Judges, what were kind of your thoughts on this image? Image number 1N.
I like the simplicity of this image here. It's really cool with that dark background, making the bird stands out, and great lighting. And this is a bird that's, yeah, it's really small. I haven't seen myself. We don't have it here in Norway, so it's exotic for us, but it's so nice to see how it's well done, and especially for the new photographer category as well. So well done.
Yeah.
Yeah, same. I just thought the technical ability to capture how fast the hummingbird is and to get it as sharp as that, and the beautiful lighting just isolates the subject very nicely.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's some beautiful feather detail, nice catch light in the eye, and the flowers, they're really rich colours, red and gold, and yeah, just very nice.
Mm.
Yeah, for me it was the Go on ahead.
Yeah, I like it. It's very decorative. It could be on any wall, you know, as a decoration. I love it.
Totally.
Yeah, and for me as well, to like as far as putting it on a wall, I look at images as a perspective of it being on a wall. It's an absolutely beautiful image with the black background, with the contrast, the real strong colors, and really, really nailing that shutter speed as well. Brilliant job. Brilliant job.
Totally. Yep. I love it. Yeah, as all the judges were saying, it's a phenomenal image. I love the moodiness of it, and yeah, it is very, very technically capable. It shows a lot of technical capabilities, especially for a new photographer. Hummingbirds are not necessarily easy when you're getting into wildlife photography. So congratulations, Leia. I hope that's how you pronounce your name. Congratulations, amazing image, and yeah, congratulations on that shot. So now we have a tiebreaker judge going on here. So we have a tiebreaker between two images. Let's pull them up here. So for the first of the two images in competition for first place, we have image number 4N. This image here of the sand shorebird with a crab. Not surprisingly, a fantastic image. And then image number 2 that's in competition is image number 6N, which is the shot of the hummingbird feeding from the flowers. A beautiful match of colors in this scene, and just overall a beautiful image. So judges, do you want to give your thoughts on these two images? What you think about them, why you think maybe one should take precedence over another, so on and so forth.
Yeah, both of them are really, really cool, with different kind of settings as well, with the colors and all that. But for me, I think probably as a shorebird lover as well, I think the shot with the plover getting the crab, taking it a little bit further as you're getting the behavior of bird in a certain way, which is not easy to get as well. And with a low perspective, you get like everything spot on. So in my eyes, this is a great picture, which takes a little bit more out of it than the other one, but both really, really nice.
Yeah, great thoughts.
Yeah, I think I would probably agree with that one. I love the hummingbird shot, and I love the colors, how they match with the hummingbird and the flowers. The only thing I would say, I would love to have a little bit more light on the subject in that picture. Predominantly it's the background which is lighting up, and I would love to just have a little bit of light on the subject, but still a fantastic shot technically as well. But the shorebird one, I love photography to be as low as possible, and for me that one takes it, especially with its behavior. You know, you're capturing a nice bit of behavior there.
Yeah, those are some good thoughts.
After you.
Yeah, to me it's the hummingbird that takes the prize, because I love repetition in photos. And as you said, Jeremy, these colors, they are repeating. The flowers and the throat of the bird are repeating, and even the flowers are repeating all through the image. So I go for the hummingbird, I think.
Yeah, it's a great color scheme.
I'm exactly the same. I really like both photos. I'm tempted to be drawn towards the hummingbird. The matching reds across the photo is really nice, contrasts with the green in the bird in the background, and catching the bird just in that gap between the two rows of flowers. Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, and for me, initially, if I put these two photos side by side, my eye would be drawn towards the hummingbird due to the colors. But once you look twice, I'm kind of in awe with the behavior of the shoreboard, looking at what it's doing and the behavior, which kind of drags my attention in more towards the shoreboard than the actual colors on the hummingbird. So for me, it would be the shoreboard with the behavior.
Yeah, those are some good thoughts.
I don't think there's not a wrong answer here. I don't think.
Yep. Either way, it's a great image. Yeah. All right. Well, judges, submit your final result. And as we get that tallied up, we will announce the popular vote winner right now. Do we have the popular vote winner tallied up yet? There's a lot of...
Some people voted twice, so I was just...
Had to figure out. Okay.
Looks like it was a close call.
In the chat, when you guys are voting, please do not vote twice. That makes it a lot harder for us to count up. We are not giving you 2 votes if you vote for 2 images. So we're only giving you the first one that you submit into the chat. So when we do these popular votes, make sure that you are only submitting one. It makes it take way longer on our end, and we don't want to waste your guys' time. So please do not submit 2 votes in as you're doing it. So do you have it yet, or do we need to hold off a second? Okay. Yeah. So I guess a question to throw out there while we're figuring out just a little bit more. We need another minute to tally up the images. Let me know in the chat why you guys like this event. What is it about this event does it appeal to you more than other competitions? And if so, what is it? Is it the live judging and the live feedback? Is it the interaction with the audience, the community that we get to build? Is it the prizes, the prize pool that we have? Let me know in the chat. I'd love to kind of look through those answers in the future. So, okay, we do have our popular vote winner. All right, that was very close. Very, very close. So, for a popular vote winner. For the popular vote winner in the new photographers category, we have Leah Lopez once again. What a fantastic image. So this image placed 3rd from our judge results, but it also placed 1st in your guys' popular vote. So apparently it was a very liked image. Fantastic job, Leia. And yeah, what a beautiful shot. I mean, really, this image is so technically sound, and it's very moody, and it has a certain type of creativity to it that I think is very interesting. And so it's no surprise to me at all that this one won the popular vote for this category. The popular vote for each category does not win a prize within the category, but will go on for the overall popular vote, which you will have a chance to win the $100 gift card in. So congratulations, Leia. Amazing photo. And now we are going to move on to... Now we are going to move on to our judge results. Okay. So the results are in. I forgot to mention as well, the judges gave an overall score for Leia's image in 3rd place was 39. So the overall score was 39. Remember, each judge gets a 1 to 10 scale rating. So the total cumulative points for that was 39. All right, so now to announce our 2nd and 3rd place winners. So in second place. Coming in second place, sponsored by DECOUVIR and winning a spotting scope, is Matt's image of the hummingbird here. Fantastic image. So probably wasn't too much of a surprise listening to the judges, but amazing, amazing shot. And again, like all the judges said, both of these two images were fantastic, but this one winds up winning second place, which then brings us to our first place winner. Our first place winner in the new photographers category for the 2023 Bird Burger Photo Awards. Sponsored by DECOUVIR and winning a spotting scope for this year is Tianzi with this amazing image of the sandpiper eating the sand crab out of the beach. What a fantastic, fantastic shot. I love this image and truly is amazing. It does not surprise me at all that this was the winner. And yeah, congratulations to Tianzi for winning first place in the new photographers category. All right. Well, that concludes our new photographers category. Congratulations to first, second, and third place winners, along with the popular vote winner for the category. And all of you finalists, you did an amazing job. You should feel incredibly accomplished and proud that you were able to make it to that round. And to everyone who didn't make it, there were still a lot of amazing images. I can't tell you how down to the wire it was with so many of those images that didn't quite make the finals. There were so many images that just were tied in the same point categories around that 11th to 20th place that just unfortunately don't make it to the finals. But lots of fantastic images, and the judges could definitely vouch for that. So let's move into the birdscape category. So for our birdscape category, this category focuses not only on capturing a beautiful image of a bird, but also on the relationship between the bird and the environment in which it's found. So without waiting any longer, let's start out with image number 1 of the bird, of the birdscape category. So this category is exclusive to birds. So when we get into the portrait and creative categories, you'll start to see, again, other types of wildlife, but this category is exclusive to birds, and also focuses on the relationship between the bird subject and the landscape around it. And I will be reading back through those comments later on from you guys, hearing what you liked about this competition. There's too many for me to read through during this live event kind of right now, but I appreciate that feedback, and I will be listening to each of them and reading each of them. So thank you guys for that. Fantastic image here of an owl, and I think what's super cool about this image is that not only do you have the owl, but you have it carrying some prey in its talons. Very cool capture, and the scene itself is also very mystical. Great shot. All right, and judges have submitted their results, so moving on to image number 2. All right, image number 2, we have an image here by Chris. Oh, never mind. I almost said the name. Gonna pretend nothing was heard there. Didn't complete the name. We have an image here of a bunch of waterfowl out on the lake, and a beautiful sky scene behind it, some fog behind it, and I love the layering in this photo. Really, that's I think what makes it so unique. So beautiful, beautiful shot here. Very unique image. Don't see many types of silhouette like images like this. Very distinct layering. Super cool. All right, and image number 3. We have this image here of a short-eared owl captured in the snow. This is a very cool scene. A scene that probably not many people get to see like this. It's a very cool shot. Very intense. I can literally see the sweat rolling off the judge's brows. This is some tough decisions here. All right, moving on to image number 4. Wow. Once again, amazing photo of an owl. I love the rain in this image and the moodiness of this scene. Very much so a fantastic, fantastic image. Great job with the correct amount of shutter blur in my opinion, in the rain. Yeah, what an amazing image here. All right, moving on to image number 5. Whew. Again, fantastic image. What a scene going on here, and the clouds in the background. And the subject itself is pretty undeniably amazing too. Fantastic, fantastic image here. I don't know how the judges are going to make a decision here. This is crazy. All 5 of these images already are just unbelievable. All right, moving on to image number 6. Image here of 3 some sort of spoonbills, I believe, all walking together along a thin pool of water along a shoreline. Really, really cool take here. Yeah, so interesting. The multiple subject composition really adds a unique dynamic to a shot like this. Wow. Amazing photographs, guys. All right, moving on to image number 7. We have this image here of an egret and a amazing kind of swamp scene, wooded swamp, maybe, not sure what type of trees those are, but some sort of forest swamp scene. Amazing colors here. The colors are truly fantastic in this image, and the setting is very unique. Love this photograph. Oops, not quite. All right, moving on to image number 8. We have an image here of many, many subjects. Looks like maybe some whimbrel or curlew in the background, but more prominently we have some pelicans. Just a mixture of many different types of birds amongst a very cool sunset or sunrise scene. Very cool to see. Definitely has a mood in this image, and very unique. I love the participation in the chat. All right. Judges submitted their results. Moving on to image number 9. We got this image here of a lone penguin contrasted compositionally against a group of penguins. Very, very cool photo. Very cool sky scene, shoreline scene leading up to and around the penguins along the ocean. Must have been just an incredible moment to watch this happen in real life. Can't even imagine. Stunning scene. All right, and moving on to our final image, image number 10. We have this image here of not sure what bird of prey that is, but it may be a peregrine falcon or some other type of bird of prey, I'm assuming, and got a bunch of probably most likely starlings. I don't want to make assumptions, but that's usually what this type of photo or behavior depicts. Carol's in the chat, maybe they can give us more insight on that. Awesome grayscale image here. I believe this is our first grayscale image that has made it into the finals. All right, and judges have submitted their results. So while we're tallying up the results from the judges on the back end, we are going to be doing our popular vote. So once again, do not submit your vote in until I tell you guys to go. So please don't submit it in early. You'll just have to resubmit it later on. And also, please do not submit more than one vote. Choose one person that you're voting for, and that's it. Each person gets one vote, and that is it. So let's go back through all the photos one more time. So we have this first image here of an owl flying over some sort of field with a gopher, maybe a vole or something like that in its talons. Amazing photograph here. Love this foggy scene. So this image would be, if you are going to vote for it, it would be 1B, for example. This next image here is 2B, and so on and so forth. So keep that top right corner number in mind for which one you want to vote for. Fantastic photo here too. Very unique. Don't feel like I've ever seen a photo quite like this. Now moving on to image number 3. Beautiful image here of an owl. And an amazing, amazing scene. And the same person in the next scene with, once again, an amazing scene. What an amazing image here, man. And the only person to have 3 photos in this category, once again with one more photo. This one here of the bald eagle with the amazing, amazing sunset or sunrise behind it. I think this person was the only one to have more than one image in this category in the finals. So congratulations. All right. And we got image number 6 here. Love this shot. I think we had a couple images that were multiple subject compositions, but this one's definitely the most prominent. Like I guess this one or the penguin are the most prominent, where you have very distinct groups of subjects. So very interesting take here on a cool scene, very cool landscape. Don't submit your votes yet, please. Moving on to image number 7. All right, we got the egret amongst this amazing marsh-like scene here. Some beautiful colors in the background. Fantastic shot. And we have image number 8 coming up. The pelicans, and shorebirds, plural. Very cool mood in this scene. Very artistic take. All right, moving on to image number 9. We've got the image of the penguins. Got the image of the penguins. Very cool group and single subject composition. Very cool shot here. Love the atmosphere. And moving on to image number 10 and our final image in this category. Don't submit your photo or your votes yet, please. Please wait. Amazing photograph here. Fantastic shot. All right, so when I put up the timer, 30 seconds, go ahead and start by putting the number and the letter in the chat. All right, and go for it. Yeah, some amazing images, guys. Woo! Yeah, we are definitely going to have to, if this competition keeps growing, we are definitely going to have to hire a second person to help sort out these popular votes on the back end. All right, timer is up. All your votes have to be submitted now. All right, and we do have, while we were tallying those up on the back end, we do have our first, second, and third place winners very distinctly calculated. So so let's start out with our third place winner. So coming in third place in the Birdscapes category for 2023 Bird Burger Photo Competition, sponsored by VSGO and winning a camera backpack from them, is Sergius Hanan with his image of the Great Gray Owl. Whew, what a fantastic image here. His overall score was 41 from the judges. And man, the mood in this scene is just incredible. And the atmosphere, just all so good. Judges, what do you kind of think about this image? What appeals to you about it?
Yeah, I love it.
We're all going.
You go.
Go ahead, Scott.
That shows you what we think of the image. On you go, Scott.
Yeah, I love it. I mean, photos in the rain, I think, are so rare. Not enough people do it. You should definitely get out there and take more photos in the rain for sure. But the way that the owl, is it a great grey, I think, is lit is fantastic. And the as it fades into that bottom right hand corner into darkness, it's just that there's the lighting behind the owl is really nice too. It's just a fantastic photo overall.
I love it. Yeah.
The mood in this picture is really, really nice. I like the tones in it and the rain, everything adds up to it, and I like the composition as well. So it was a nice image.
Yeah. Love that.
Yep, same. Like you said when you were talking about it before, the sort of shutter speed selection just to get some movement in the rain there. I think that's really cool, and owl stands out beautifully. If I was going to be super critical, and it's nothing the photographer can really do, I just would love it if you can see sort of a gap in the foliage in the top, just above the owl. I would love to remove that just because it sort of draws the eye a little bit away from the owl. But that is being super critical because it's a great shot.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, I love that. Good feedback.
Yeah, yeah, beautiful image. And it's funny you said that, Scott, is because my eye as well was drawn to the subject and then automatically drawn down to that right hand corner. You get drawn into the darkness, which really creates the scene as well. And I don't know, like with everyone else, to choose that sort of shutter speed in the rain with such a beautiful subject is it's very risky because that bird could fly away at any second. And if you're risking a low shutter speed to catch that rain and get the blurry bird, it's a big risk. And it paid off, and it's a beautiful image.
Totally.
Yeah, great point.
Yeah.
Yeah, I totally agree. And then the contrast in the eyes compared to the darkness of the rest of the frame, really good.
Yeah, fantastic.
You would hope that he had actually nailed a nice sharp shot with the rain, captured sharp first and then experimented. But if he didn't have time, then good job for selecting that one first.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. The rain sells this image. Such a beautiful capture in that rain Sergius, and fantastic. Yeah, I would not have had that rain captured in any other way. So beautiful shot, amazing image. Love the mood, and just so cool to see. So congratulations. All right, let's move on to the second place winner. So in second place in the birdscape category, we have, sponsored by Titanium Micro, winning an external hard drive and a copy of Topaz Photo AI. We have Christian Henningsen with that silhouette layered image of the waterfowl out on a lake or in a marsh. What a fantastic and unique image. This is very truly unique. The colors, everything from the colors to the layering of it to kind of just the whole landscape take. Judges, what are your kind of thoughts on image number 2B?
Yeah, this is my favorite, I think, in this category. It's just amazing, the layers. And no, it's a lot of elements in this photo, but none of them are disturbing. Every element is actually contributing to something good. It's just incredible. But I would have tried another composition, tried to cut away the orange sky and only leave the blue tones and the gray tones. I think that could also make a very different photo, but a very interesting photo.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I agree with that one. I would maybe have slightly adjusted composition a little bit, but the way he's sort of, isolated the subjects along that layer of fog there with all the different layers, I think it's pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, fantastic. I think it's almost got that kind of orange and turquoise thing going on, hasn't it? That's really popular, but the layering throughout is just superb. And in terms of, birdscape, I think this really exemplifies what that is.
Yeah, Scott, I agree as well. When it comes to the brief of this category, as far as birdscape, I think this one just hits the brief. And also as well with the birds, guys, the way you have three subjects looking left, one subject looking right, I think it just frames it beautifully. I think if the three birds on the left were maybe looking the same direction, I think it wouldn't be framed as well. I think the framing of the two birds looking at each other, the two different types of birds looking at each other, really frames it beautifully.
Balances it out well. Yeah.
What I like about it is also that the mood like brings you right in there, and like, you feel like you are there and can listen to that relaxing silent nature sounds as well. So you kind of have a different kind of layer than just the image as well. You feel the mood of it and the tension there. So
Totally.
I like that.
Yeah. Yeah, I love that. Those are some great thoughts. I mean, all you judges pointed out great things. Yeah, ultimately a very creative and unique image, and I think we all felt that, and it very much felt like it fit the birdscape definition. So very cool to see. And yeah, so congratulations on that. Also, I forgot to give the point totals. I keep forgetting that. Sergius's image had a point total of 41, but this image had a point total of 42. So you beat out Sergius's image by 1 point. So very close there. Also, Sergius is in the chat, and I thought it'd be interesting to let you judges know that apparently Sergius said it's actually snow in the last image and not rain. So that was not expected, at least from my end, but it must have been probably even lower of a shutter speed than I would have expected, because the snow wouldn't fall quite as fast. So that's pretty crazy. Congratulations to Christian and Sergius. All right, so let us get to our first place winner. So, first place winner in the Birdscapes category for 2023 and winning $500 in cash. We have Wes's image of the gray egret flying against that beautiful, beautiful orange background. Such an interesting and unique image, whether it comes down to the compositional crop of being, I think, a 1-to-1 ratio or almost 1-to-1, and just such an interesting mix of colors that's very vibrant and lively in the background, and that egret flying off in the bottom. Just amazing, amazing shot. Judges, do you care to give your thoughts on this image?
Yeah, I immediately liked this image right away when I saw it. And I'm really glad that this turned out to be the first place, because there's something unique and special about this image here. Everything comes together. And actually, the way you put the bird smack in the middle, not on the sides there, I also like, because that makes it a little bit more interesting as well. But the lighting and the hanging models and everything is so interesting. You can like watch that image there for hours, and it is a perfect example of an image that it looks great on a wall as well. So I'm happy for you. Great.
Totally. Yep. I love that.
Who's next? I'll go. Yeah, I mean, the colors and the texture is pretty incredible. And obviously there was a bit of patience just to wait till that egret flew into that nice dark area in the image, just to really give it some separation as well and make it stand out. And as you said, having the subject in the middle of the frame there, it works very well.
Yep, totally. Yeah, nice timing in that image. Love it.
Yeah, and the colors are just absolutely beautiful. It really puts you in that autumn, that kind of autumn feel, and you can almost smell autumn when you look at this image. I think with the colors, it's beautiful. And for the catch an egret, probably the most contrasting bird to this image, as far as, you know, if it was a heron, you know, a heron or another type of bird that you'd find in that environment, I don't think it would have worked as well. I think the fact that it's the white egret, and it just works beautifully with the rest of the image.
Yeah, it stands out because of the color. Yeah.
Yeah, I totally agree with everything that's been said, and Tront mentioned could look at this for a long time, and this is one of those images that ever since we were sent the images to judge preliminarily, I keep going back and looking at this one. This is one that really caught my eye, and the colours are superb, but also the way the light is bouncing off the tree trunks. You know, you're just getting a nice bit of contrast amongst those tree trunks at the bottom, which adds to the colours that you can see above them. So yeah, superb.
Yeah, Yeah, totally.
Totally agree with everything. And it's one of these photos that really, really amazes you. It gives me a kind of a Jurassic feeling. And I really, really want to go to this place. That's one of my feelings.
Yeah. Yeah, it pulls you in. It pulls you in, makes you feel like you are there in that environment, which I think really is one of the things that a birdscape image does. Like a wildlife image that focuses on landscape as a secondary component really pulls you into that scene. So I love that you shared that. Fantastic image, Wes. That is a amazing photograph. So congratulations on winning the $500 cash prize here. And your total score for this from the judges was 44. So you had a 44 overall score, which is almost every judge voted at least a 9. That means. But yeah, incredible shot, and congratulations once again. Congratulations to Wes. Congratulations to Christian, and congratulations to Sergius for placing first, second, and third in the Birdscapes category. So, now we are going to move on to announcing the popular vote winner for the Birdscape category. So, yeah, the popular vote was also pretty close this time, but we did have a clear winner. And so, coming in first place in the Birdscapes popular vote category, we had, I messed that up. We had Christian once again with the popular vote. So Christian, who actually won second place from the judges, also won our popular vote for the Birdscape category, which is just incredible. So congratulations, Christian. You are now in the running for the overall popular vote finals. And amazing image once again. The judges already shared their thoughts, but yeah, just amazing set of colors and layers and unique creative eye in this photograph. So great shot and very cool to see. So, yeah. Well, that concludes our Birdscapes category. Now that we're halfway through, we're going to take a momentary break with the vote for which category will be added on into next year's competition. How this will work is I'll announce the 3 new options for categories headed into next year, and then when I give the word, you'll be able to cast your vote by typing the name of the category into the chat. So are you guys ready to hear the new options for next year's categories? Let me know in the chat, and we'll get moving into that. Firstly, we have a black and white category up for the running. This year, we noticed that we got a little over 50 black and white images without us having a specific category dedicated to them. So while this is fine as is, I thought it may be appealing to many to have a specific black and white category to submit images to. Now, secondly, we have a behavior category up for the running. There were a plethora of images this year that the judges and I felt like could have done great in a behavior category if we had one. Sometimes behavior categories or behavior images aren't the most technically sound or aesthetically pleasing always, but can tell a very powerful story. So that's why we wanted to include that option if that is something you guys are interested in. And thirdly, we have an option for a macro category up for the running. I've been shocked both this year and last year by how many macro images we've had in the submissions. And since sometimes it can be hard for a macro insect image to be compared to a landscape lion image, for example, I wanted to open up the possibility for a whole new macro category. So while you all are submitting your votes, I'm going to be taking a 5-minute break on this backend, the judges and I, to refresh, take care of some backend technical stuff. And during this time, feel free to submit your vote into the chat so that we can tally it up. There will also be a showcase of last year's winners during this time, during the intermission. So throw your vote in the chat while you're watching that, and we will tally that up, and I'll see you all in a few minutes. All right, judges. We have a 5-minute break here, so try to be back in 3 minutes just to be safe. But yeah, any questions? Yeah, I don't know. That's why I don't have to do any judging, you know? All right, see you guys in a second. We'll be resuming in about 2 minutes, everyone. Just give us 1 second and we'll be right back. Waiting on one more thing to get sorted out. See you in a second. All right, you all. So it looks like we actually have a tie for the vote. So if there's anyone that did not vote, go ahead and submit your vote in now. And if not, we will have the judges do the tiebreaker. So again, only if you have not submitted your vote yet. Should be pretty interesting. Oh, man. We're actually waiting on one judge vote right now if we fall back onto that. And currently it's tied 2-2 on the judges, and one judge is making the decision. Woo! But first we will give you guys the opportunity to make a decision. Edwin, Shane, Saray, can you just make sure those people haven't submitted votes yet? Edwin, Shane, Steven... Or not Steven, sorry. Edwin or Shane. Okay. Well, those are the... did both of them... Those are both their first... submissions. Okay. So it looks like, oh, what about Robin Cowlin? Okay. So none of those three? Okay. All right. Okay. So we have our result then. I saw yours too, Philip. Shane? Sean? Oh, yeah. It's okay. I don't need to know those anymore. Okay. All right. Okay. So now for the moment you've all been anticipating. Here's the announcement for which category we will be doing next year. So in 1 year from now, we will be hosting a macro category for you all to submit to. We had a tie between black and white and macro, but these people who submitted it at the last minute, we had Robin and Shane both submit to macro, Edwin submit to black and white. So macro looks like what it's going to be. So that's awesome. I am excited to see what you guys are able to do with that. And I am excited to see those images coming in the future. So I wanted to let you guys know one more very important thing before resuming the competition. We'll hop straight back into the categories after. But after a lot of deliberation, the Bird Burger photo competition will actually be rebranding next year. The competition will still be live and largely be exactly the same, with only more categories and bigger prizes being added, but we will be changing our name and logo to something that appeals more broadly to wildlife photographers. When I started the channel 2 years ago, it was started in a different place with different visions, but those visions and goals have changed drastically since then. And so I wanted to rebrand for next year's competition something that appeals more broadly, once again, to wildlife photographers, like the people who would submit to competitions like this. So If you follow this channel, you'll receive updates as the rebrand happens around the new year. But if you don't, I wanted to make sure that you guys watching this are aware of that change that's coming up so that you don't miss out on entering it next year when we have a different name. So thank you all for your support for almost over 2 years of Bird Burger, and I am deeply honored to have you all in this community. For next year, we will have an Instagram as well. Seeing that in the chat. All right, so let's get back into the judging. All right. So going into the creative category. So this year for the creative category and the 2023 Bird Burger Photo Awards, to start out, we have image number 1 right here of the frog. Got this awesome frog, some type of tropical, I'm assuming rainforest frog maybe, on some beautiful leaf there. Got amazing textures in this image, and absolutely just love this photograph. Bird taco. I love that. So amazing image here. I love the colors. I love the orange against the green. Yeah, and once again, like I said, the texture is just phenomenal. I love how this leaf is actually not in pristine condition. It has a little bit of ruggedness and nature like feeling to it. So beautiful photograph. This creative category was our least submitted to category this year, by quite a bit actually. Birdscape and New Photographers had around the same amount of submissions. Portrait definitely had the most. Creative definitely had the least. But the caliber of images in this creative category was incredibly high, even though we had way less submissions in it. Still getting the final votes in. The vote. Moving on to image number 2. We have this beautiful photograph of some pelicans out in the distance on a low-key take. It's kind of an interesting scene, even though it's almost most definitely shot during the day, I would assume. You don't see an image this much low-key very often. So very, very interesting creative image here. Fantastic shot of the group. Jonathan asked how many photo submissions. This category had about, I don't remember exactly off the top of my head, but we had about 150 submissions to this category as well. So about 150 to this one, about 150 to, or sorry, this is not Birdscape. I meant to say 150 to Birdscape. 150 to Birdscape, 150 to New Photographers. We had about 70 to the creative, and we had about 230 to the portrait. Somewhere around there. Somehow it totals 656. That's the only number I officially wrote down off the top of my head. But yeah, it's approximate numbers. Fantastic image here, though. Love this take. It's a very interesting take and great shot. All right. Judges are wrapping up their votes. And We got some intense decisions going on here from the judges. All right, and we've got the third vote in, or the last vote in. So now we're going to the third image. So we got this image here of a pelican. Pelicans are apparently a big thing in this competition. I don't know if we had any last year. Maybe we had one or two. But very, very cool image here of a pelican, and very, very interesting and creative take on it. Really, the gradient here from bottom to top in this image sells it. And what a very interesting color palette, interesting exposure across the image, and just interesting subject isolation even. So I love this image. The creative category focuses on using unique photo capture techniques and creative photo editing techniques to bring out aspects that you couldn't otherwise. And so all these images, in one way or another, are kind of pushing the boundaries of what might be standard wildlife photography. It's a Sherman-Williams set of color. I love that. Amazing photograph here. All right, moving on to image number 4. We have this incredibly interesting take here of a seabird colony. Yeah, what a unique photograph here. And I love that you kind of get to see the patterns of all these birds as they fly through the air. And it's just overall just a very unique image that you don't get to see enough of in the wildlife photography world. It's very cool to see. Black and white once again. So yeah, very cool to see. This image, just in case those didn't know, this is obviously multiple exposure image. So this is like birds flying across this frame, and their trails being captured in multiple different images back to back. All right, beautiful. We have our results in for this image. Now moving on to image number 5. All right, we have this image here of the pelicans. We have some pelicans swimming off in the distance, 2 of them, and some amazing bokeh balls in the foreground leading up to them in the water. Some incredible colors here. I love the colors in the bokeh balls specifically, how you get some rainbows in some of them, and then some of them are just the kind of orange. And even the atmosphere behind the pelicans, you get a lot of the, whether that be dust particles or some sort of specks around them, probably something a little thicker than dust, but around them that also even in the background, you can get a lot of that in the sky. So fantastic capture here. All right, we're moving on to image number 6. We got another here of a great egret. Got a beautiful wing span here. And touching down into the water. The fantastic image. High key. So as opposed to the image number 2 where we had a low key image, now we have a high key image submitted here. Very interesting artistic take on it. Moving on to image number 7. We have this shot of some sort of waterfowl duck at nighttime, and some beautiful city lights in the background, or close to night at least, or heading into the early hours of night or the late hours coming into the morning. There's a beautiful, fantastic shot here. So interesting. I love the colors of all the lights in the background and the variance between them. It really makes for a great photograph. Looks like Nathan also said into the chat, as you guys probably saw, flying, that previous image was flying insects around the pelicans. Beautiful take here. right, moving on to image number 8. Can't get rid of him. All right, we have this awesome shot of some sort of shorebird in some shallow water. And again, just a dance of bokeh balls all around it. And what's really interesting to me, at least about this one, is those streaks of light in the background that don't feel like they're very often seen. So amazing silhouette image and amazing low-key shot. Yeah, fantastic photograph here. So far in the new photographers category, we had one person win more or get more into the finalists than one image. So we had Patrick Coate with two images in the new photographers. In the birdscapes, the only person with multiple was Sergius Hanan with 3 making into the finals. In this category, we're looking at them. All right, image number 9. We have this image of a waterfowl at either sunrise or sunset, and just a fantastic silhouette here. What I love about this image is the silhouette on the subject, but yet the whole rest of the scene remains filled with color and has some sort of gradient to it, which is just awesome. And thank you, everyone, participating in the chat. It is so cool to see the encouragement going on, and just I guess just competitive and competitive nature in a healthy sense between you all. I love it. The last hope for this competition is to put down other people, get upset at people, and so I love just seeing the encouragement in the chat and how community oriented all you guys are taking this. And judges are wrapping up their votes or their scorings on this 9th image. And we have one more to go. All right. Okay. And sorry, we had a technical problem on the back. All right, now we're on image number 10. So finally, we have image number 10. This is a beautiful shot here of some sort of waterfowl. I wanted to say it was a loon, but I don't know for sure. Out on a lake, and a high key approach to this morning, possibly. And what a beautiful just outline and silhouette of forest trees in the background. So what a fantastic image. And yeah, I love the setting here. Looks like the person in the chat is confirming that it's a loon. So it's what I figured. If it's a forest lake, there's a good chance that this is a loon by the shape of the bill too. It's a fantastic shot. Man, this is a hard one for the judges. All right. So it looks like we have all our judge results in for the creative category images. So let's move into the popular vote. And as we're tallying up the scores for the judges, calculating those out, let's go through the images one more time so that you guys can make a popular vote. Once again, Do not submit your vote until the end when I put the timer up on the screen, and do not submit more than one vote. So the number will be in the top right corner, and let us know which one you are, or keep in mind which one you are going to vote for, and at the end you will vote. So firstly, we have this image by Mark of the frog. A beautiful, beautiful image of a frog here on a leaf. Fantastic shot. Also, half this shot is low key as well. I love the abyss of black behind this this subject in frame. So fantastic image here. Great shot. All right, image number 2. So 2C. We have this image here by Jonal. Jonal and his low-key image with a group of pelicans out in the distance on a shoreline, and just a beautiful black surrounding it. The subjects got a beautiful black background above the subjects and a beautiful black lead up to the subjects with just their reflection shining in the water. And fantastic, fantastic shot. Very tough competition all around. This is why I'm thankful I don't have to judge. Image number 3. We have this image here of a pelican. Pelicans, super popular this event apparently, and have a beautiful gradient across the whole frame, with the subject being really the only thing interrupting that gradient. So fantastic image here by Grant, and so cool to see this. Almost hard to believe this was a photograph. Image number 4. We have the image of the bird trails in the seabird colony along the cliffs. Very cool to see. Really, I mean, this image is just fantastic for a creative capture. But also the behavior is very, very cool and stands out a lot about this photo. And like Zach said, hit the like button if you haven't already for every image that you like. All right, moving on to image number 5. Now we have the reign of Nathan coming in. Nathan with his first image with the sea of bokeh balls leading up in the water to the pelicans, the twin pelicans swimming off in the distance, and just some beautiful light reflecting off the water, insects flying in the air around it. Great photograph here. Great shot here by Nathan. And Nathan number 2. Got image of an egret here, a high key shot with a full wingspan. Beautiful, beautiful image here as well. All right, and now moving on to image number 7, we have Nathan once again with the city lights in the background, but across a lake or an ocean bay. It's a beautiful, beautiful, fantastic image. For those of you who don't know, Nathan was our grand prize winner last year. So Nathan is a tried and tested wildlife photographer who is incredibly, incredibly talented, and no surprise. All right, moving on to image number 8. Nathan once again with the silhouette image of the sandpiper and some bokeh all around and those really interesting light lines in the background, the shapes. So fantastic shot here. I love the rim lighting on the shorebird specifically. Perfectly backlit. All right, image number 9. We have a silhouette of some sort of waterfowl and a gradient around it, sunrise, sunset, most likely. And once again by Nathan. And the reign of Nathan has now ended. And going into image number 10, we have Mike Gilling with his amazing photograph of the loon here out on a lake with a tree line behind. And just a fantastic, fantastic photo here. I love the high key. I love the environment of this image, and it's really, really cool and beautiful to see. All right, so throw the timer up on screen. You guys have 30 seconds to submit your votes. Please only submit one. It's going to be tough. Ooh. All right, seeing some numbers here. Wow. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. Awesome. Well, very cool to see. Thank you guys for submitting your popular votes. We will be tallying those up right now. And while we are doing that, we will be announcing first, second, and third place winners. So, for first and second place, we do have clear winners. However, for third place, we have a tie between two images. So, the judges will be doing a final judge tiebreaker round between these two images, and we'll be seeing which one they decide on. So, to start out, in the creative category and in running for third place, we have image number 5 by Nathan Watson with the sea of bokeh balls once again in front of the pelicans and the amazing, amazing lighting in this image. I think the lighting is really what sells this image. And we have image number 8 by Nathan Watson. So either way, Nathan is taking home the third place placement here. This image here is of the sandpiper, the rim light around it, and some very interesting lighting all around the sandpiper. And so very, very cool to see. Now, judges, any thoughts that you have to share on image number 5 or image number 8?
Who's going first?
I can start. To me,
Yeah.
the photo of the, I think it's a semi-palmated sandpiper, I guess. It's just amazing. The bokeh balls, the colors, the green towns, and the rimming, as you mentioned, Jeremy, and also this ghosty light above the bird. Oh, it's so perfect. I wish it was mine.
Yeah, truly incredible.
This is my favorite.
Yeah, for number 5, I love obviously the colours are fantastic, and the sort of leading line, the way it swoops in towards the pelicans. That's what first caught my attention with number 5. And obviously he's got a bit of a style who he likes the bokeh balls. On number 8, I liked how the bird was sort of walking into the darkness here as well.
Totally. Yep.
Yeah, I gave both of these.
Yeah.
Go on, Tron. Sorry.
Yeah, for me, I think probably the Pelican number 5 there was my favorite of those. So really nice with those bokeh balls there and the lightning and everything, and the low angle perspective as well. So
perfectly flush with the water.
Really, really nice.
Yeah.
And I gave both of these exactly the same score. I think they're both great. In terms of maybe differences between the two, I think some of the lighting along the edge of the water or in the trail of the birds on number 5 is maybe, a little bit sort of blown out, but I love the bokeh in there. And on number 8, though, there's just so much to look at, and just little things like you can just get the reflection of the bird's beak in the water just as it's leaning down, and both are superb. I'm probably leaning towards 8, but we'll see.
Yeah, I love it, Sean.
I'm on the contrary there to Scott. So I think number 8 is a lovely image. I like the way he is going from light into dark. And obviously the backlight as well, which gives him the rim light, is nice. It's a lovely image. But as far as how the image makes me feel, I would be more drifted towards image number 5, definitely.
Yeah.
It just the warm colors, having the two subjects positioned, pretty much mirror images of each other. I think number 5 steals it for me.
I love it. Yeah. Those are some great thoughts. Judges, go ahead and submit your final result of that tiebreaker into the chat right now, or into our back end. And while we are doing that, good. Yeah, while we are doing that, we have the popular vote tallied up as well. And we'll hold off on that for a second. Saray, can you get me their result really quick? This was a tough one. To answer your guys' question in the chat, I will, like someone already said, I will be going over all the images in a live stream 2 weeks from now. So you can be with me live during that for feedback on your image, or you can watch it afterwards. But that will be the only place you can access all the photos. Okay. All right. We have the official choice. So for the creative third place winner. So no surprise who the winner is. Winner is Nathan Watson. But sponsored by VSGO, winning a professional camera backpack from them is Nathan's image of the white pelicans. Beautiful, fantastic image here. And man, just what an incredible capture with those bokeh balls. Just all the color that's involved in some of them, and the lighting and that low perspective angle just sitting right on top of the water is fantastic. So amazing shot, Nathan, there. And man, you just absolutely destroyed this category. So good job, Nathan, on taking third place in the creative category. Congratulations. All right, now for second and first place, we do have distinct winners. So for third place, Nathan's vote was a 41 score overall. Now the second place winner had a 44 score overall. So again, a very high average, almost an average of 9 nearly. So coming into second place, sponsored by Titanium Micro, winning an external hard drive, and Topaz Labs, winning Topaz Photo AI, is Mark with his image of the frog on that beautiful large leaf. What an amazing image here. The ruggedness of the leaf and the textures that you're seeing in the frog and the leaf is just absolutely phenomenal. So congratulations, Mark, on that. And that is very, very cool to see. Yeah. Judges, what are some of your thoughts on image number 1C? Trond, do you want to start us out?
Yeah, this is a fantastic image. I really like the contrast between the dark background there and the colorful frog, and the composition as well. I really, really enjoy. So overall, an interesting image. When you take a picture of frogs, it's not easy. It's like, for me, I'm trying to get as low as possible and get a low angle perspective, but getting this type of perspective here as well, it works even better, I think. So the lighting is interesting. I like the way the light falls on the subject and on the leaf. So well done. Yeah,
fantastic. I love that. Not the typical take.
No, I think this image for me was a winner of this category. I think it was absolutely beautiful image. It as far as the use of this image, with the black on the right hand side of the image. You could use this image as a poster, as a cover. You could, as far as a graphic design perspective, this image can be used broadly. It's a fantastic image. Same with the lighting as well. It looks like, I think there was flash used with some sort of diffuser on it. Give that black contrast in the back. It's absolutely beautiful image. And the perspective as well, as Trod said, as far as normally you'd go eye level, get the subject looking at you, but this perspective of an aerial view, which is essentially a praise view of this subject, it's beautiful, really beautiful image.
Yeah, I love those thoughts. A lot of intention.
Yeah, fantastic image. Fantastic image. It's the simplicity of it for me. Just almost having the photo divided between black one side, green the other. Just so simple composition. And I don't know what species the frog is, but some of these are so small they're almost the size of your thumbnail, aren't they? So maybe this kind of thing could go for your macro category next year. I don't know, but
totally.
Excellent in terms of textures and the lighting. Yeah, fantastic shot.
Yeah. I was thinking the same. Would be a great macro submission as well for next year. Yep.
I agree. The balance between the dark side and the frog and the leaf, just perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I think beautiful colors. I love the way the leaf is almost giving you like a sort of S curve for the picture as well there, and just splitting the frame beautifully.
Yeah.
Good job all around.
Yeah. Fantastic image, Mark. That is an amazing image. Congratulations on winning 3rd place with that image, and undoubtedly you deserve that. That was a fantastic image. All right. So Mark's image got a 44 overall score. This final image that placed first in our creative category got a 47 overall score, which is like a 9.5 average. So pretty much all the judges voted either a 9 or 10 on this, which is pretty insane. So let's get going with that. Coming in first place in the creative category for the 2023 Bird Burger Photo Awards and winning $500 in cash is... started the wrong thing. There we go. Mike Gilling's image of the loon on the lake with the tree outline behind it. What a fantastic high key image here. The atmosphere is just incredible. And I was just so impressed by this image, looking at this image. Very creative, and definitely not something that I think a lot of people would have seen in this moment. So I'm impressed by Mike for being able to see this and recognize this and capture that photograph. Mike, fantastic image. Judges, what are your thoughts on image number 10C, the loon on the lake by Mike?
I want to go first here because this was also an image that really stood out to me when I went through the images for all contest, and I really liked the mood, the composition here, and the lighting. And you kind of got this like you went into the world as well here to like feel the mood. So the image as itself, it's really it's much feelings in it, and that I really like. And it's perfect, well balanced in the editing part, the processing part as well. So. And I can see some of the water ripplings making some lines in the image as well, with you drawing into this small bird in the frame. So, yeah, perfect. I'm glad you won.
Yeah.
I think for me, what stood out was how minimal the image was, and you've got this sort of V shape that's created from a bird's movement, drawing it into the subject, and then you can just see enough of the trees through the atmosphere to sort of entice you to wonder what's beyond and where the bird is going. And yeah, I think I would even probably have selected this as a winner in the birdscape category as well.
True. Yeah,
I completely agree. This could have gone into birdscapes. And I happen to have seen this image before, but every time I see it, it strikes me as such a great image. And there's a little mystery in there, some mystique. The bird is moving towards that mystery. It's fantastic. And one of the other great parts of this photo is the symmetry between the line of the trees that you can see above the fog and the line of the trees that you can see reflected in the water. And pretty much the only other thing in the water is that kind of wake of the bird behind it. So the water must have been really still, and great capture. Well done.
Yeah, good points.
Yeah, and this is totally the power of simplicity and minimalism. Because the bird here is so small, but still it's so well separated from the rest of the landscape. So it works amazingly well. And the photo only includes 3 elements, which are so well composed together. I love it. It was my favorite too for this category.
Yeah, minimalism. I love that. Yeah, super cool. Any other thoughts? Sean, did you say something already?
Yeah, no, sorry. Everyone I think hit the nail on the head, all the other judges, as far as why this image did come first.
Totally.
Just, very 3 elements in the image: the mood of the image, the V shape drawing you into the subject. I think if the bird was coming towards you, it would be a completely different image. The fact that he's moving away and he's going towards the drama of the image, it's fantastic. And you also have this sense of kind of, where is the bird going? Is the bird looking for her chicks? Is she moving away from danger? Where, what is the bird doing and where is it going? It's an absolutely fantastic image.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, I think all the judges hit it spot on, but man, that is just a fantastic image. It is totally, like Terji said, the power of simplicity, and so many of them said there's beautiful symmetry and composition going on here, and minimalism. And so fantastic shot, Mike. That is a very, very well executed image, super intentional. And congratulations to Mike for winning the $500 cash prize. So that wraps. We have the popular vote for the creative category. I think I got that. So congratulations to first, second, and third place winners. Now let's go ahead and announce the popular vote winner. So in first place for the popular vote, we have Colme. I don't know how to pronounce the name correctly, but I believe Colme's image of the seabird colony and all the bird trails. What a fantastic image here. I know there's an accent in your name, but I could not actually include the accent on the font that I was using. They did not include, or they don't have that accent in this font pattern, so I was not able to include it. But congratulations on that. I think he's in the chat, so you can see how to spell his name right there. But congratulations on your image. What a fantastically creative and unique image. And I think it was the only image this year that we got that was a stitched image like this. And so just amazing, amazing photograph. And what I personally love more than anything is the bird behavior that's being shown of the whole colony right here. And so it's a very, very interesting take, and very cool to see. So congratulations on winning the popular vote in the creative category, and your image will be moving on to the overall popular vote at the end. So thank you guys all for voting, and congratulations to all the winners in the creative category. So let's move into the portrait category. So the portrait category focuses on attentiveness to detail in capturing the wildlife subject and all of the intricacies within it. So to start off with our first portrait image, we have image number 1. We have this image here of a loon. And man, what a chest on that loon. It is amazing to see them arch their back like that, or their neck. And the wingspan here, just the action going on. Striking bird. Amazing photograph here. Good job nailing all the technicals on this image. Now we have image number 2, which is the image here of the hummingbird. Beautiful isolated shot. I love the throat. It's a very good, solid portrait image here of a stunning and mesmerizing bird. Detail. All right, and moving on to image number 3. We have the image here of a bear isolated in this scene. I think this person's in the chat. I'd actually love to hear if this was, I was assuming this was probably a camera trap shot, but maybe not. So let us know in the chat. I think I've seen you in the chat. Looks like it was a camera trap shot. Awesome photograph there. Yeah, that would have been a little too intense probably if it wasn't a camera trap shot, because that doesn't look like a very shallow angle. So, all right, moving on to image number 4. We have this image here of a bee eater eating a dragonfly. It's a pretty unbelievable shot here. I made sure to verify this because I'm going to be honest, initially I thought this was photoshopped, but we got this all verified and cleared. Amazing shot here though with the action going on. This would have been perfect for a behavior type category. Like how the colors in kind of the background complement the subject as well. Got our judges still deciding on this one. All right, moving on to image number 5. We have this underwater photo here. I think this is our first underwater photo that has made the finals. We didn't have many submitted at all, but we did have a very select few, probably less than 10 overall. And this is our first one we've seen in the finals so far. Very, very cool shot here. My sea wildlife understanding or species knowledge is not very deep, but I'm assuming this is probably some type of lobster. Very cool to see. Super cool shot. I love how the lobster kind of blends into the scenery around. All right, moving on to image number 6. We have the image of 2 foxes together. What an awesome photograph here. We have a parent and I would assume probably a child, parent and child. I don't know if this person's in the chat or not, but can explain it. But very, very cute moment here going on between the two. Again, this could have been something like a behavior category. All right, and we have image number 7. We have some sort of mouse, I believe. Person can clarify that in the chat, but on some beautiful, stunning type of plant and flower there. The tail kind of draping off the leaf is very, very cool about this image. Honey possum. I have no idea what that is. Yeah, the possums we got over here in the US are much larger than that. All right, judges are still getting in their votes. All right, we've got them in. So now moving on to image number 8. What an incredible image here of a parent and child. Fantastic shot. I love how you can see the light through the skin. Yeah, it just makes for some incredible lighting and a very interesting frame. Not very often that you see kind of like a diamond-shaped frame around the subjects. What an amazing image. And moving on to image number 9. We have this image here. Image of I believe to be a coyote. Walking straight on towards the camera. What a cool and intense moment captured here. Super cool to see. I love the gradient in the background and the separated gradient then kind of in the grass around him. And it makes two very interesting color tones in the shot. Great shot. And finally, image number 10. We have the image of the wood duck here. Very intense close-up portrait shot. Super cool to see. Love the reflection in the water and the intensity. Great job capturing focus here on this shallow depth of field too. Beautiful photograph there. And while the judges are having their scores calculated, we are going to be moving into the popular vote once again. So we're going to go through all the images. You guys are going to get a chance to see them. Once again, do not submit your vote until the end after we've showed all 10 images and you see the timer pop up on screen. And do not submit more than one vote, please. So congratulations to all the portrait finalists. Very cool to see all these images in there. And this was our most competed in categories. So definitely the hardest one to get into and get a placement. But it was a great set of images that made it in. So starting off with image number 1, remember the number in the top right corner for which one you want to vote for in the future. Keep that number in mind. Starting off with Lee's image of the loon here. Very cool action in the shot. And moving on to image number 2, we have Jonal's image of the hummingbird. Fantastic photograph here as well. I love the throat on this guy and the colors and how they complement the bird and the green branch that he's on. And we got image number 3 coming up with the image of the black bear from the camera trap. Beautiful photo here. Good setup. Moving on to image number 4. We have the image of the bee eater catching a dragonfly in mid-flight. Fantastic shot here, and I love the colors that match the subject and the background behind it. Action is obviously very amazing. All right, and we have image number 5. Jonathan's image here of the lobster. Just a beautiful color palette to the subject. And great shot. Awesome how it blends into the environment. And it really, those colors just pop out because of that kind of monotone to it. Around it, I should say. And lastly, or not lastly, and next, we have image number 6 of the foxes. So for this image, we have a parent with the cubs, or the cub, licking its face. Beautiful, very cool moment right here. And next we have image number 7. Image here of what apparently was what Nathan called a possum, a honey possum. I believe that was it. Yeah, very, very interesting creature running along these leaves here. Love just the dual plant composition here with the subject framed in the middle. Very cool to see. Image number 8 is once again Nathan. So he had 2 in this category. That awesome image of, I believe those to be cormorants. And probably either before feeding, after feeding, looking at each other, or maybe the parent was just calling and the child was looking up. So cool to see. And great diamond framing in that shot. All right, moving on to image number 9. Australian darters, it looks like Nathan said. Image number 9. Scott's image here. Very cool, intense shot. I love the color in the background, the lighting. Yeah, just very cool, straight head-on portrait. Really fits a portrait category submission Also, looks like Shirley said they might be siblings. Definitely could be. I do not know the backstory, so. On the foxes before is what she was referencing. Great shot here, great colors, good mood. And finally, image number 10 of the wood duck. Awesome shot here. Great focus nailed. Great colors, beautiful reflection, and the detail is just phenomenal on this shot. All right. 30 seconds is on the timer. Everyone submit your images into the chat. Remember, 1 vote per person. Do not submit more than that. All right. Seeing some reoccurring numbers here. Whew. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, timer's up. I am so glad to have all you guys here near the end of this event. It is just so cool to have you guys here. And so thank you for sticking around and encouraging other people, even if your image has already, passed or whatever. And so thank you guys for all being here. In regards to the category placements from the judges, we do have a clear first place winner, but we have a tie for second and third. So for second and third place, we're going to be comparing 2 images. Image number 1 is Nathan's image here of the honey possum just running around and prancing around on these leaves. What a fantastic image going on here. So image number 7 of the little honey possum. And tied with it, we have image number 8, which was also Nathan's. So it looks like Nathan is up for second and third place placement with both of his 2 images submitted in the portrait category. Man, Nathan is the person to beat, apparently. Congratulations, Nathan. So judges, image number 7 and 8. What are your thoughts on those 2 images? Which one, what are your thoughts? Which one do you prefer? Terji, do you want to start us out with some of your thoughts between the 2?
Yeah, both are great photos, but I think this honey possum is my favorite. It's quite humoristic. It's a really, really small animal climbing these quite big flowers. I love also the clean background, the beautiful flowers, and actually the way the animal is compositioned in the middle of the frame. Normally that's not necessarily nice, but in this composition it works perfect.
Yeah.
So number 7 is my favorite.
Love that.
I agree. I think also the honey possum there is something cool behavior, climbing this little flower hair hanging on the tail. That's really cool to see. And I love the background, the colors, and it looks like a little bit of backlighting with maybe an overcast, and that works well. So I think this was probably one of my favorites on this category as well.
Yeah, fantastic image.
Yeah, for me, I would probably have to go with number 8 on this one. This was one of my favorite shots in the whole competition, never mind just the category. It's a pretty awesome shot. I can see at least 3 or 4 different repetitions of V shapes, which I love, coming down through the whole image, and like the lighting coming through the skin just looks great. Nice catch light in the eyes, and yeah, you had to be probably crawling around in some sort of an area to get that shot, which is much respect. And the mouse of a honey possum is also the humorous element is great.
Yeah.
Nice balance with the 2 different flowers in the mouse in the center. I think it's great.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have to agree with Andrew on that one. The honey, is it honey possum? Is it honey possum? It is. Beautiful image. I love the way the tail is hanging on there, and you see that in a lot of subjects. They leave their tail trailing behind. just just as a last resort, and they won't follow through with the tail until they have until they're firmly on the next stage of their climb. Beautiful capture, but image number 6. Oh no, sorry, my apologies. Number 8. Are they Comorans? Are they Comorans, or what were they?
Yeah, I think it was darters, which very similar. Yeah,
very similar. But this image for me, from even the I can't pronounce that word, but probably prejudging this image stood out to me. I think as far as capturing behavior in subjects, I think other than hunting, I think the connection between parent and child, I think is a fantastic moment to capture. With the backlight showing the transparency of the birds, the framing of the shape and the framing, the backlight, the rim light, the behavior of the young bird looking up at its mother. It's a fantastic image. This is definitely my number 1.
Yeah, I love it. Yeah.
And for me, number 7 is, well, they're both excellent, but number 7 is an image I'd love to have on my wall. The plants look great. Possum looks great. The hairs around its body lit up really nicely, and its whiskers, and sticking its tongue out. But also, I love the position of it with those front paws on the leaf, just kind of leaning forward. It looks really good. But the other photo, number 8, I think I'm a little bit intrigued by it. What has created that framing? It appears to be another bird or another animal, and perhaps there's some, hairs coming off the edge there. So it's a little bit unusual because of the framing, but I'm also quite intrigued as to what has created that framing. So if the photographer is around in the chat, I'd love to know. But yeah, both are superb images, and I'm not sure how I'm going to decide.
Yeah, most definitely. Maybe Nathan can let us know in the chat. Let us know. He says tree branches frame the image. So that's very interesting. Yeah. I wouldn't have guessed that. I would have thought those were like rocks on a shoreline or something. So that's super cool. Yeah, I mean, overall fantastic images. So judges, submit your final results on our back end, and we'll figure out which one got second and which one got third. And our popular vote has also been tallied up. So we do have a winner there. And the winner is someone who did not place in first, second, or third. So we got someone new on that. We have got results in from our judges. Give it 1 second here. And we are getting close to wrapping up this competition. After we announce these, we have got the overall popular vote winner, and we've got the grand prize winner. Ooh, okay. All right, so both of these images scored a 43 from the judges in their results. So very solid scores here by Nathan. But now let's get into which one got second and which one got third. So coming in third place, we have in third place, sponsored by VSGO, winning a professional camera backpack from them. We have Nathan Watson with his image of the honey possum. So congratulations, Nathan, on that image winning. Like the judges said, this image is amazing in so many ways. Not only is the subject just beautifully framed and beautifully captured, but the flowers themselves are also interesting subjects, secondary subjects in a way, and just overall a fantastic, fantastic photo. So congratulations, Nathan, on capturing that image. And that means for our second place winning photo, we have Nathan Watson once again with sponsored by Titanium Micro, winning an external solid state hard drive and winning a copy of Topaz Photo AI. We have Nathan's image of the darters the parent and child side by side with the tree branches framing the foreground. Just an incredible, incredible shot here. And so great shot, Nathan. And the moodiness in this image is incredible. The creative take in this shot is just incredible and very cool to see. And actually, personally, I have no say in the judging in this competition, but personally, that was actually one of my top 3 favorites as I was initially looking through things. So I love that shot. But very cool to see. Congratulations to all portrait finalists. You guys truly did an amazing job getting into this category in the first place. It was the most submitted to category, and so it was very competitive. But now we have our first place winner to announce for the portrait category. This was a clear winner with an overall score of 45 from the judges. So in first place, coming in first place with an overall score of 45 and winning a cash prize of $500 is Jonathan Miller with his image underwater of the lobster. Congratulations, Jonathan, on this shot. What a fantastic, fantastic image here. I think what really makes this image unique is just how the whole scenery around the lobster blends into the core color of the lobster, but the accents of the color in that lobster are just absolutely phenomenal, and they pop perfectly as a complementary color or contrasting color to the surroundings. So congratulations, Jonathan. Very, very good image. So to start off, Sean, do you have any thoughts about image number 5P, Jonathan's image of the lobster?
Let me pull it up here again. Very dramatic image. The colors are just fantastic. You know, my underwater creatures, same as yourself, Jeremy, my knowledge of subjects, you know, it's not very good. But I don't know what type of lobster this is, but it's absolutely beautiful subject. And I don't like, as far as it's emerging from obviously some sort of bedding that it lives in, and to capture the detail as well and the color, absolutely beautiful. It's almost a frightening image, you know? Yeah.
Has a lot of character to it.
Well done. Yeah.
Very cool. Any other thoughts?
When I think about the cool thing about this image here is that it stands out also because it's like an underwater photo. It's not often you see those, and when you have those great colors and the different kind of environment that you're used to see, and the image really appeals to you. And I think you made a really great image here.
Yeah, love it.
Yeah, and I agree with Sean. The drama of this photo is kind of what's making it for me. The power of the animal, it's really scary. And of course, those are the brown colors, the contrasting blue. Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, for me, this is one of the standout images of the whole competition. You know, there's been so many great images, but this is one that's really memorable. And I think you can see why the lobster's that colour. It's camouflaged into its environment really well. But those red claws really, they stand out, and, you know, they're kind of screaming at you danger because they're, you know, they're red and they're coming towards you. And then that just little accent of blue to contrast with it is great. And I think one of the things with this image, when you first see it, or certainly when I first saw it, it wasn't immediately obvious what it was. You know, it kind of took a second or two to sink in that this was an underwater shot and it was a lobster. And I like that. I like images that make you have to kind of work for it a little bit and think about it a little bit. And yeah, superb.
Yeah, for me also, I think the colours are fantastic. You've got the nice sort of orange and teal, so you've got the contrasting warm colours with the blue, which is a nice mixture. And then, having done some underwater photography myself, I know how you know how difficult it can be on land when you're trying to do that underwater. If a current swinging you around trying to get that nailed is even harder. So yeah, great job on this one. I love how the big claw and pincer at the front's turned into the image as well.
Yeah, I love it. Yeah, fantastic shot, Jonathan. This was truly a unique image, especially in this competition. Like was already mentioned, we got less than, I think, 10 underwater submissions to this competition. So this one was just by far the one that stood out the most to the judges, and you truly did a good job of managing to capture kind of the natural camouflage that this lobster has, but also how it really stands out aesthetically, and capturing just this amazing scene here. So congratulations, Jonathan. Congratulations on winning our portrait category, placing first in the portrait category, and you are moving on to the grand prize finals as well. So before we move on to our finals, we do have to announce still our popular winner for the portrait category. And so for the portrait category, let's pull that up here. Coming into first place with the popular vote category win on the portrait category, we have Alicia with her image of the two foxes here. What a beautiful, beautiful image here. And I think the moment is really what captivates us all as viewers. So congratulations, Alicia, on winning the popular vote here in the portrait category. And so cool to see. I love this image. And personally, I think it's an amazing shot as well. You did a great job with all the technical elements as well. And just overall, the moment is just incredible. So congratulations, Alicia. And amazing photograph. So now we're going to be hopping into some of the finals. All right, let me get set up here for 1 second. Let's see. Okay. Sorry, guys. Give me 1 second. Got thrown off a little bit. Okay. So we have the popular vote coming up. So that wraps up our initial category judging. About to hop into the popular vote, in which we will need your vote. But first, just as a reminder, if you weren't here at the beginning of the live, most of the sponsors in today's competition are giving away deals on their products for you to purchase. If you check out the description below, you'll be able to see all of the deals being offered for a limited time, and I'd encourage you to check them out. So now let's get into the final round of the popular vote. Once again, I'm going to be showing each image on screen with an assigned number in the corner, and depending on which image you think should win, type that number into the group chat when the timer appears. Please wait till I say go, until the timer appears, and don't type in your answers before that. I'm going to cycle through all of the images twice. So let's get to the popular vote. So in the new photographers category, we had Leia with her image here of a hummingbird. This was a fantastic image. Not only did it place third place from the judges' scores, but it also placed first as the popular vote winner in this category. So congratulations, Leia. It's a good day for you. And this image is up in the finals for the popular vote. All right. Now, for our birdscape image, we have the image here by Christian, which actually placed second in the birdscape category from the judges' results, but it also placed in the popular vote for you guys in this category. So congratulations, Christian, on placing in the birdscapes category. And the creative category popular vote was by Colme. Still don't know if I'm pronouncing the name right, so I apologize if not. But amazing image here of the bird trails going on of the seabird colony, and just a fantastic creative shot here. Editing wise, very creative. Vision wise, very creative, and behavior was awesome to be able to see. All right. And our portrait category popular vote winner was Alicia. So, Alicia, with her image of the two foxes, congratulations, Alicia, on getting that portrait category popular vote win. And what an amazing moment here. It's just so cool to see. And as a portrait photographer and someone who photographs foxes, these are the moments you live for. So congratulations, Alicia, on that shot. I love the orange in contrast with all the greens around it too. Amazing image. All right, I'm going to cycle back through them one more time for you all. Very quickly, remember which category you want to submit your vote for. So we have the first image, new photographers. We have the second image from the birdscape. We have the third image from the creative category. And we have the fourth image from the portrait category. All right, so now go ahead and submit your votes into the chat. This will be the winner of the overall popular vote and the winner of the $100 Hunts photo and video gift card. 15 seconds. Whew. All right, let's see. 3, 2, and 1. All right. So we're going to be tallying these up. So on a personal note, thank you guys all again for submitting to this competition. This is something that I truly enjoy doing. This is my favorite thing that I've gotten to do now. This is my second year doing it, but this is just my favorite thing. I look forward to this now so much, and every year to come, I am looking forward to this. And it means a lot to me. It means a lot to me, not only because it's something that I enjoy doing, but I really just feel like it fits the vision of what I want to do, which is to inspire you guys, but also have a lot of fun with it and create like a more close-knit community around wildlife photography. And really, I believe that this event does that. I believe that it really brings us together, as we can see in the chat. It brings people together and helps people to just feel that kind of sense of community that a lot of times as wildlife photographers we might lack. Sometimes we can lack that because we're out on our own all the time and kind of don't have anyone to share it with for a lot of us. So yeah, so thank you guys all from the bottom of my heart, and I'm incredibly honored to have you guys all be a part of this competition. Also, I need you guys to do me one more big favor. Make sure to subscribe to all of the awesome judges and their channels linked in the description below. They have all dedicated a lot of time to helping judge your images. There were 656 of them, so I believe that it did take them quite a while, and also they're taking their time out here, and a lot of them have the same vision of me in terms of community and trying to encourage and uplift people. So please make sure to subscribe to them below, and also don't forget to check out my main channel as well, linked in the description below, as I'd appreciate that just as much as them. So thank you guys all for engaging with that. Okay, so we have our popular vote winner. So for this year's popular vote winner, we have the popular vote winner for this year winning a $100 Hunts photo and video gift card to spend on some camera gear that they need is Alicia with her image of the two foxes. Congratulations, Alicia. Again, what an amazing image here. Just such a cool moment shared between these foxes, and I love the photograph. I'll bring the judges on for a second to see if the judges have any thoughts on 6P. So portrait category, image number 6. Do you guys have any thoughts you'd like to share about those that image of the two foxes here publicly?
Yeah, I love the moment that's been captured, and both of the eyes seem to be pretty sharp in focus. Capturing that moment with one of them looking right at the camera, the other one hugging around, it's just such a awesome moment to capture. I'm very jealous of that sighting for sure.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
a really cute moment.
Go ahead, Terji.
I agree. It's a really cute moment. A lot of feelings expressed in this photo. I like it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I totally agree. It's a lovely, cute moment with one of the foxes staring straight at you, and you could almost kind of imagine that fox thinking, "Get off me!" You know, it's got that kind of look on its face, doesn't it? If you want to anthropomorphize them, but yeah, lovely moments.
Yeah, most definitely.
Yeah,
Great
it's definitely
behavior,
one of those
yeah.
images. Sorry, Tron, go on ahead.
No problem. Great behavior shot, and I really like the feelings of the fox playing together there. So great one.
Yeah, very warming image. It's one of those images once you look at it, you can't help but smile. It's a beautiful moment.
Yep.
It's very well captured.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, great job, Alicia, and congratulations on your image winning the $100 Hunts photo and video gift card. And so congratulations on that, and just amazing capture. And thank you guys for all your participation in the popular vote finals for this year. One other note to add for everyone else is that for the winners, so if you want a prize today, I will be contacting you via email. So please make sure to check out your email. A lot of you, that's the only way I know you, can get in contact with you. So check out your email, and I'll be in contact with you guys either today or tomorrow about getting the prize over to you and working that out. So yeah. So we are about to get into our grand prize judging. So let's get started with that. So for the grand prize, the grand prize winners, we have the Birdscape creative and portrait photographers. The first place winners all getting into the finals. The new photographers is not included for the grand prize, but Birdscape creative portrait is. So for the Birdscape category, we had image number 7B, which was Wes's image of the egret flying off in the distance against that beautiful orange background. So for this, we're going to talk about each image as we go through it. Judges, do you have any thoughts that you'd like to share about image number 7 in the Birdscape category? The image of the egret flying against the orange background. Maybe Trond, can we start out with you?
Yeah, this was probably one of my favorites of the whole contest as well. I really love this image here. It's with much happening with colors and the bird with the dark area, the composition with the bird in the middle. Everything about this image is like screaming high quality, and a perfect example of a good wall photo as well. So this is one of my top 3 favorites of this competition here.
Yeah, love it. We have 2 other thoughts from 2 other judges. Maybe reasons why you think this image is worthy of the grand prize awards.
I could say one of it makes me wish I was there, if that makes sense. Not even to capture a moment, just to actually see the light coming through there and those trees. It looks super unique. So even if I wasn't there with my camera, it would still make me want to see what that scene looked like.
And I also like this. It's a great example of perfect timing of the bird because it's surrounded by black. If it was 2 meters ahead or 2 meters back, this photo would not work. But because of the position of this black spot, it's just perfect.
Yeah, totally. The egret pops because of the positioning, yeah, which was incredibly insightful. I love that. So in our creative category, we had Mike's image of the loon here. That is the finalist. So Mike Gilling, congratulations on this image once again. Amazing image of this loon in this just beautiful atmospherical setting. And also, like the judges mentioned before, this really well could have been a birdscape image as well. Scott, do you want to share your thoughts on image number 10C in the creative category? Do you have any thoughts on this image, why it stands out to you, maybe why it deserves a placement as a grand prize winner?
Yeah, it's the subtleties of it, really. The subtle colours that you can see coming through the trees, the mystery, and I think it really shows why in a wildlife image the subject doesn't need to be large in the screen for it to be successful. It doesn't need to be large in the frame rather for it to be successful. This is a tiny portion of the picture that's taken up by the main subject, but it just works so well. There's that mystery to it. It's got a really nice feeling to look at it, and yeah, just superbly executed overall, both from the capture and the editing. It's a great pick.
I love that. Do you have one more judge that would like to share a thought on this one?
This is also one of my favorites. Definitely it's of high quality and deserves to be on the top.
Yeah, totally. I love it. Yeah, great image, Mike. For our portrait category, the winner for the portrait category was Jonathan's image of the lobster there. So image number 5P. Yeah, this was just a fantastic image showing a lot of the environment, how the animal lives in that environment, interacts with that environment. So super cool to see. Congratulations, Jonathan, on placing first in the portrait category. Andrew, do you want to share any thoughts you have to start out about this image, why it deserves a grand prize placement?
Yeah, I mean, most of the things we just said about it. I love the contrast of the golds and the warms, and then the cool blues, and the difficulty just to capture it. When I first looked at it, I almost wanted to see the antenna. I don't know what you call them on a lobster. I wanted to see where those go, but then I realized that it doesn't. If you were to include those, I think it would become a much wider frame, and cutting them off actually works in this composition. So yeah, I think it's a great job all around.
I agree. Yep. Sean, you have any thoughts you want to share about it?
Yeah, just the more and more I look at this image comes up on the screen, the more and more you really just have to be mesmerized by it. All the factors come into play. The fact that it's an underwater image, so there's all the difficulties that come with that. There's the subject emerging out of its bedding. Your initial reaction would be to pull back and to get out of the way of those claws, not to snap the photo, in which they've nailed. And while doing that, the detail in every bit of this photo was just, and the exposure and everything's just absolutely amazing. And as Andrew said, my initial thought was, with the antennas running up, I would have liked to seen them, but I don't know how long did they go. So if you go to seeing all of them, then maybe the drama in the image might be taken away. So yeah,
totally
beautiful image.
Yeah, I love it. Yeah, 3 very solid images. So now the judges are going to place them first, second, and third place. And the image in this case with the lowest score will win, because first place will be given 1 point. So the lowest score image will win from these judging results. So judges, go ahead and submit your final vote in for the grand prize winner of the 2023 Bird Burger Photo Awards. Congratulations to all finalists. congratulations really to everyone who submitted to this event. I mean, all the images were fantastic. So good job to everyone. And yeah, if I can't, but if I did show you guys the back end, you guys would see just how many images were just on the edge of being selected into the finalists. So yeah, good job everyone, and very, very cool to see all the images. Next year, I am very excited for our new macro category. That should be very interesting, especially for me as someone who does not personally do hardly any macro photography at all. It'll be interesting for me to see that. Yeah, would love to. We'll be excited about seeing what comes up next year. Yeah, and in regards to I saw in the chat about a female judge for next year. I actually reached out to a lot of female judges this year, but unfortunately was not able to grab one. So that has definitely been a thought in response to that thought, Robin, that is something I do want. But this is a creator-led competition, so I can only really reach out to people who are in the wildlife photography creator realm. And so, yeah, I have been working on that, and I hopefully will be able to bring on a female judge next year, as I would love to have that perspective. But yeah, good job everyone. And thank you again for all the engagement in the chat. Really, that is what makes this event. Like over here, we're just kind of running the technical end for you, and we're, hoping to make it a little bit exciting and entertaining. But man, without your guys' interaction in the chat, this competition is not what its main purpose is, which really is to build that community and to encourage one another. So thank you guys for your interaction in the chat and your encouragement to one another, as that's really what we believe in here at the competition. So yeah, we are still working on these results, getting a little intense. I think the judges are going to start fighting with one another, so I better turn their cameras off. Yeah. And if you weren't here earlier, I'd love to hear what it is that appeals to you guys about this competition. So earlier, a lot of you guys already submitted your answers for that, but I would love to know. I'm always listening to what you guys are wanting, what you guys like. So I would love to know what you guys like about this competition, what stands out to you the most, and why you choose to submit to this competition, maybe as opposed to other competitions, as that's really what I want to bring to you guys the most, because really this is a community event and made for you guys. And for those who also weren't around earlier, we will be rebranding next year. So again, be on the lookout for that. We will be, the competition will be called something different. But if you submit it to the competition, I will have your emails. So I'll let you know at least what our rebrand was too. And if you follow us on social media on this YouTube channel here, or on my personal Instagram page, you'll notice that as well. So yeah, you can be on the lookout for those things. And in 2 weeks, I will be doing a live review of all 656 images. So, if you guys did not make it to the finals today, but you want to see your image, and see all the images submitted to the competition, I will be going live in 2 weeks. And that will be up on my channel very soon. The live for that you can set a notification for. So I'll be doing that, and you guys can join me for that. If you'd like some feedback on your image, you can ask for it as well during the live. Otherwise, I'll just kind of be cycling through them. We have 656 images this year, which is over double what we got last year. And last year, the live stream took me about, I think it was 3.5 hours or 4 hours to do. So it will be a very long day and live stream for me. I'm going to have a whole meal prepared literally during this live stream. But it should be a lot of fun. And so I hope you're able to pop in, even if it's just for a while. And I'll be very excited to have you guys around there with me. All right. is on the left is, hold on, let me mute this. As listening on that. So we actually have a tiebreaker. So the judges will have to do what was explained in the rules before, where the two images that tied, they're going to have to do another vote between those two specific images that will then further narrow down which one is the winner between those two specifically. So gonna have to delay this a little bit longer. Let me write this down. How's the anticipation feeling right now? Especially for the finalists. Wow, yeah. Should be interesting. All these three people are different. So the three competitors for first place in each of those three categories, the three main categories, were different people, which is cool to see. Don't have the rights to the Jeopardy music, so I can't include that. To answer the review question on the recap that I'll be doing in 2 weeks. There is no way, unfortunately, I can't schedule it out that in detailed. Like, I'm just going to start and I'm just going to roll through it. So generally, I am going to start with the new photographers category and then go into the main categories. So you can kind of relatively predict when it's going to be according to then, but I have no idea, and I really can't give you a specific answer on what time your image will pop up, so on and so forth. I wish I could. It just is impossible to time that with 656 images. In regards to my health will definitely be taking a hit that day. Last time, I mean, on a day like today, where it's a 3-hour live stream now, this is already very exhausting. But 8 hours of live streaming will be a totally new thing for me. So, yeah. I'm also, what I am really, I really love is I love this competition. I get a lot of feedback from people, like Shane was mentioning there, that this was his first contest. And I love getting to be people's first contest, because I think this is a great contest to enter as a first. As a lot you don't get feedback on. Most competitions you don't get any sort of like feedback, or you don't kind of get to see the judging process. But what's kind of helpful in this competition is you get to see the judging process. So you kind of get to learn what is good for competitions and what judges are looking for. And so I like that about this competition for first time contest people. And I think it's also a very encouraging place to be, which is a good place to start your competition journey on, because unfortunately, some competitions may not have those same visions, but we definitely do. All right. Man. Whew. Okay. We have the grand prize winners sorted through. Okay. Let me get this prepped for us. Making sure I do this right. Okay. Judges, thank you for being on here today. Appreciate you guys. You guys did an awesome job. And thank you guys for taking part in this. So, you all submitted some amazing photos to the competition. And even more so than last year, the competition was incredibly high, and I hope that you all had a great time and were inspired to improve your own craft of wildlife photography. This year, we're giving away a $1,000 prize to the grand prize winner with $500 in cash and a $500 Hunts photo and video gift card. So, this year, without further ado, the grand prize winner of the 2023 Bird Burger Photo Competition and being crowned the 2023 Bird Burger Photographer of the Year is Mike Gilling with this amazing image of the loon. Congratulations, Mike. You've won a $1,000 grand prize and are officially our 2023 Bird Burger Photographer of the Year with your incredible photo of the loon. I love how this image is just an amazing scenic shot, very creative take. Takes a lot of vision to take this photo instead of just the standard photo that most people would see in that moment. And overall, just an amazing photograph. Second place was our image we had Jonathan's image of the lobster right here. And placed third was the image of Wes's great egret flying against the background scene. So congratulations to all three, and congratulations to Mike for being our grand prize winner. So thank you all so much for watching. The Bird Burger Photo Competition will be coming back again next year, rebranded with a new name and logo, and we will be giving away thousands in prizes again. So make sure that you subscribe below. Thanks again to the sponsors of this event. Don't forget to check out their deals they are giving away in the description below, as well as checking out my new Lightroom editing course. I'll also be doing the live event, like I mentioned, in 2 weeks, showing all the images submitted to the event that weren't shown today. So stay tuned for that and check that out when it comes. Thank you all once again for participating in this year's Bird Burger Photo Competition and for making it the fantastic event that it is. And I'll see you guys next time.